Hi there, welcome to my channel mathssl. I'm speaking Thaqib Latif. Today I'm going to show you about the analytical geometry. Remember, we're busy proving quadrilateral, and I'm showing you now step by step, one by one, so how to prove the quadrilateral. So today we are busy. Remember, previous video I showed you how to prove parallelogram. Now I'm gonna show you in this video how to prove rectangle. The question says quadrilateral LAND is shown in the given diagram, which is this one, LAND. Now the question says first part, prove that quadrilateral LAND is a parallelogram. Must remember, if they already give you this is a parallelogram and you need to prove this is a rectangle, then you're not gonna follow the part A, then you're gonna go directly to the part B. But now we need to first prove this is a parallelogram, then we can prove this is a rectangle, because the part B say prove this is a rectangle. So because remember, a rectangle is a parallelogram family. So have a look here. To prove parallelogram, so obviously we're going to prove through midpoints that the diagonal bisect each other. So the diagonal LN and the diagonal AD, they bisect each other at M. So which means that both of the diagonals must have same midpoint, equal midpoint. So now we need to prove first this is a parallelogram. So through the midpoint, so I'm going to take the midpoint of AD, and the formula I'm going to use x1 plus x2 divided by 2, and the y1 plus y2 divided by 2. So the coordinates of A is 4 and 9, x1, y1, D is x2 and y2. I'm going to plug all these values into this formula, and x1 is 4, plus and minus negative 3, negative and positive become negative, so negative 3 over 2, and this side y1 9 plus 0 over 9 plus 0 over 2. Now I'm going to simplify. This is going to be 1 over 2, and that side become 9 over 2. So this is my midpoint of the AD. So I need to find the midpoint of LM now. The midpoint of LN also must be the same, then which means the diagonal bisect each other at M. Then we can say this is a parallelogram. Have a look. Now I'm going to take the midpoint of LN. This is my x1 y1, this is my x2 y2. So I plug in the formula, so they're going to be a negative 5 plus 6 over 2, and y1 plus y2 3 plus 6 over 2, y1 plus y2 over 2, 3 plus 6 over 2. So I'm going to simplify now. This is going to be a 1 over 2, and that should become 9 over 2. As you can see, both midpoints, same midpoints. Both midpoints is equal to each other. So midpoint of AD 1 over 2 and 9 over 2. Midpoint of LN is 1 over 2 and 9 over 2, which means the diagonals bisect each other at M. The both diagonals bisect each other at M, same midpoint. So this is a parallelogram. So therefore we prove this parallelogram through diagonals. So we say therefore LAND, quadrilateral LAND is a parallelogram, and the reason is because both diagonals bisect each other at M. Right. So this was my first part, and the second part, now we need to prove rectangle. Remember, the part A say the proof parallelogram, we prove. Now they say the proof LAND is a rectangle. So to prove this is a rectangle, so obviously we need to prove any corner angle must be equal to 90 degree perpendicular. So you can choose this one, this one, this one, any angle. So I'm gonna choose angle D. I need to prove this is 90 degree. So which mean I'm gonna take both these adjacent sides, I'm gonna take the gradient and multiply, and if come to equal to -1, then this is a angle D is equal to 90 degree. That way we can prove this is a rectangle. Have a look here. So these two adjacent side, have a look. L, D and DN. This is gonna be 90 degree, this angle. 90 degree. Right. So now both adjacent side sharing the vertex, adjacent side when they share the vertex have a common vertex, adjacent sides mean having a common vertex. So this D vertex is common vertex, so we're gonna take the gradient of LD and D and these two adjacent sides. Have a look here. So I'm gonna apply gradient formula, the gradient of LT. So obviously the gradient formula is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Now, so I'm gonna plug all these values. This is my uh, L and D coordinates. X1, Y1. I choose this is X2, Y2. You can choose even this is X1 and Y1, and that is you can choose X2 and Y2. So I'm going to plug in this all these value into this formula. So the y2 minus y1, so 0 minus 3 over x2 minus x1, -3, minus and minus become positive, negative and negative become positive 5. Now to simplify this one, so top gonna be -3, at the bottom gonna be a positive 2, so -3 over 2, that's my gradient of LD. Now I need to find the gradient of DN. Let's remember, we find now the gradient of LD, and now we're gonna find the gradient of DN, because these two adjacent sides, if I must multiply their gradients, if the answer come equal to -1, then I can say the angle D is equal to 90 degree. Now we're gonna take the gradient of DN. So I'm gonna take the gradient of DN now. Again, I'm going to put all the values in the formula, plug it into the formula x1, y1, x2, and y2. These are the coordinates of D and N. So, y2 minus y1. So, 6 y2 minus y1 minus 0 over x2 minus x1. And this negative, negative, negative become positive. So, on top is going to be a 6 and bottom is 9. If I simplify, it's going to be a 2 over 3. Now, if you need to prove the sides are perpendicular, or you need to prove the angle is equal to 90 degree, then both gradient you multiply and the answer must be equal to -1. So we're gonna say MLD multiply MDN, both gradient must be equal to -1. MLD multiply MDN, both gradient you multiply, the answer must be equal to -1. Have a look, if it's equal to -1, then it's gonna be a 90 degree perpendicular. Have a look. MLD is -3 over 2 multiply MDN is 2 over 3, and they must be equal to -1. And you can see this gonna cancel out, 2 cancel out, only left -1. -1 equal to -1, left hand side equal to right hand side. So which mean the both gradient when you multiply the answer come equal to -1. You can see here answer is equal to -1. So which mean LD perpendicular to DN, which mean LD perpendicular to DN, angle D, angle D is equal to 90 degree, which means this angle D is equal to 90 degree, and the LD, the side LD perpendicular to side DN. So this means that this is a rectangle. To prove rectangle, remember I showed you in my quadrilateral video, which is second video, that if you want to prove this is a rectangle, so you need to prove any corner angle must be equal to 90 degree, and they will prove the angle equal to 90 degree. Whenever you need to prove rectangle, so we're gonna use corner angle to need to prove the corner angle equal to 90 degree. Any one of the corner angle must be equal to 90 degree. So then we can say this is a rectangle. So we proved that this is a rectangle because angle D is equal to 90 degree. So we say therefore LAND is a rectangle because reason corner angle is equal to 90 degree. Please like and subscribe my channel. If you have any question, comment below. I will assist you. Have a nice day.